Welcome, friends. In this video, we continue diving in to learn more about the history of lost speedways in Pennsylvania. This video will be somewhat of a shorter one. I found some really interesting information about this track that I knew I had to include it in this video series. However, coming across information on this facility proved harder than originally expected, but it is a confirmed lost PA speedway, and we're going to try to gather what we can with this video. Welcome to our discussion about a post-war quarter-mile dirt track located right at the border between Pennsylvania and New York. Specifically, we're looking due east from the town of Fassett, which is right across the border from Elmira, New York. If you were to look on a map, you'd find Fassett and look to the left, where you would see Ridge Road. There's a fork with Doty Hill Road, and down a little on the west side of that road is a little field where, checking some historic aerials, we found is the location of this grave. In this spot, from 1949 to 1951, sat Drive-In Speedway. Drive-In Speedway was referred to as Doty Hill Speedway by locals because of its proximity, but by pinning it on a map, the track was in the town of Fassett. It was a Sunday racing facility promoted by a man named Howard Tidd, who promoted other tracks in the area during the 50s. It has been referred to as the sister track to Glider City Speedway in Elmira, which Tidd also promoted. Because the track was thrown in a cornfield, they did not have facilities for this track. The name Drive-In came from the fact that when you visited the track for a race, you would watch from your car like you would do at a drive-in movie theater. Now, being that there isn't a ton of information about this track out there, there's one big piece of why I made this video that I insinuated earlier. Why make this whole video about a track that there isn't a ton of supporting documentation on that you aren't physically visiting in the video? Well, here it is. There's a single record of a race, and the name of the winner is only one letter away. I felt like I had to give the track some love just for this reason. So gathering my thoughts, this is what we know about Drive-In Speedway. It was built in a field along Ridge Road on the east side of Fassett, Pennsylvania. This is very close to the New York border, just south of Elmira. It was a quarter mile built in a farm field which hosted jalopy races. Racing first began at the track in 1949, and it was recorded as having races into the late 50s sometimes. I only have recording of racing in 1951, but the track couldn't have been a sister track to Glider City if Glider City wasn't around until 1957, so it very possibly lasted longer than just 3 seasons. The spectators watched the races from their cars, giving it its name. And when the track ceased operation, the land went back to being a cornfield, same as what it had been previously. And that's the story of Doty Hill Speedway / Drive-In Speedway of Fassett, Pennsylvania. I am always happy to hear more, so if there's anybody out there who sees this video and has any pictures or videos or information, please feel free to reach out and share. The goal of this video series is to preserve the memory and record of these tracks so they don't fade away into nothing as time moves forward. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for your patronage, and we'll see you in the next one.